Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Gwendolyn, here from your virtual admin expert, and welcome to Leading Behind the Scene, your weekly dose of inspiration to equip you to excel in business and life. Real quick, I want to share with you about the Mastering Your Success Mastermind for women entrepreneurs who have been in business less than 5 years, who are looking for clarity around their next steps, who want tools and strategies on how to systematically grow their business. They need some accountability to keep them from procrastinating, and they're looking for opportunities to brainstorm with a seasoned coach and get access to a community of like-minded women. If this sounds like you, then I am talking to you. This small group mastermind and implementation incubator was created for women just like you. So I encourage you to go to masteringyoursuccessmastermind.com and get your application in for consideration. So it's that time of year when everybody starts talking about setting goals. And we know one of those goals typically always revolves around losing weight, getting fit, eating better, all the things health and wellness, right? So I am super glad to be talking about it this month because health and wellness is so crucial to entrepreneurship, and you're being able to carry out the vision and the mission of your organization. So today I am chatting with Fannie Dillingham. She is the proud mom of 3 sons and the founder of Create Your World, a health and wellness organization that promotes physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Fannie is living her lifelong dream of giving back to the youth as a high school physical education and nutrition teacher. Once living a very unhealthy lifestyle, it was Fannie's personal health journey that inspired her to help others take better care of their health as it relates to proper nutrition and exercise. And she's gonna tell us about that journey in 1 minute, y'all. She is a personal trainer, group fitness instructor, and online fitness trainer for the Create Your World 30-Day Shred program, the creator of the popular health drink Create Your World infused detox water and to-go powders. So let's jump in. Say hi to the people, Fannie.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me, Gwen. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, I'm so excited to hear your spin on health and wellness and why it's important for entrepreneurs. But first, tell us about your journey and how you even came to Create Your World. How did all that come about?
Well, I'll start at the beginning. So I wasn't always unhealthy. I kind of ended up in that place. I
Okay.
was having some personal challenges in my life. I was in a pretty challenging relationship. And in that relationship, I developed some unhealthy eating habits as a way to comfort me because I was terribly unhappy, ended up, just having a lot of low self-esteem. And the only thing that was happy for me was food. And so little did I know I was developing an eating disorder. So I
Wow.
looked up and I was almost 300 pounds and also, dealing with my own personal issues inside that relationship. And so I just kept trying to lose the weight. I couldn't lose it. It seemed like it came on overnight, but it didn't. It was over the years. And so because I was an athlete in high school, in elementary school, but in my young adult years, that's what ended up happening. So I tried time and again to drop the weight, doing at-home videos. Nothing seemed to work. Tried to get a trainer at the gym. The trainers weren't so nice to me. Hurt my feelings
Oh,
pretty
wow.
bad. I was already in a bad place of just being embarrassed and being overweight, going to the gym, asking somebody to help me lose weight, as if I didn't know that it was on me to have some pushback, some self-control, but I thought somebody else could help me do it. Went to the gym. Trainers weren't so friendly. They weren't compassionate enough. They, of course, they're not doctors or counselors or anything
Right.
like that, but what people don't realize is sometimes that weight gain is more than just dropping the weight. You need some kind of therapy too, sometimes,
Yes.
because what's causing you to eat like that and not really have any conscious decision making, like you're doing it because it's feeding a need that's not being met. This
Right.
is something we should be talking ourselves, talking to somebody about how to counsel us. But I didn't go see, I didn't seek therapy. I just kept trying to do it on my own. going to the gym. Trainer's not so nice. So I start my last visit to the gym. The trainer kept pushing me and pushing me. He was like screaming at me. I started crying. I left out of there.
Oh my God.
So now I'm working out at home, doing workout DVDs. At least I can do it at home in the privacy of my own home. At least I can be, breathing hard, going
Without being humiliated.
yes, in front in my living room. Workout videos was so boring at the time, Gwen. I mean, but the people that I did like came much later, like Billy Blanks and Tony Hort and those people. But before that, I was just trying on my own. I was getting B12 shots and taking all kind of pills and starvation diets. I would drop the weight and gain it right back. It kept being a cycle of
So
dropping.
you were doing all the things.
I did everything. I did everything that outside of me, but I didn't do anything right here.
Wow.
I didn't do anything about self-respect. I didn't know that I wasn't loving myself. I didn't realize that there was so many broken pieces of me that it didn't show up on the scale, but it was inside, and it wasn't something that I spoke about at the doctor. I ended up developing irritable bowel syndrome. And that was painful, like super painful. Felt like I had like glass in my stomach when I would eat certain foods. It was just like sharp cramps. I'm going to the doctor, trying to see what's going on. I'm having migraines, my hair is falling out, my skin is going crazy, everything, all because of the stress and the overeating of the diet. I had a lot of meat in my diet, a lot of processed foods, a lot of pop, a lot of candy, just everything that made me happy. So finally,
Wow.
I just got tired. I got so tired of the back and forth, the yo-yo diet, and um, it was sickening. I could remember not wanting to, like, when I would get off work and I had to go down a certain street and there was a hill I had to go up. That hill was like death every day after work. So imagine a hard day at work and now you're mad that you have to walk to the train.
And
I'm
you carrying all this weight.
I'm trying to walk to the train. I'm sweating like I don't know what by the time I get to the train. So naturally, I want a snack. All this hard
Because
work,
it's gonna
something
make
has to
you feel
make
better.
me happy. Where can I
Yeah.
some popcorn on the way home? It's not adding up to me that I'm causing this issue. I'm just rewarding myself from the
Right.
pain of my day.
And making it work. The very thing that you dread, you're making it worse.
I'm making it worse. And so in my mind, I never thought that I would lose the weight. I never thought, I just thought, I'm like, people are making this stuff up. There's no way people can stick to this. How do you just say that you can't eat this? How do you just not eat this and only eat that? Or how do you, and I'm just like, forget it. It was just a place of sadness. Really. It hurt more mentally than anything. I would cancel engagements, parties, events that I was supposed to go to because I didn't like the way my clothes fit. It's really mental. It's crazy because looking back and knowing how much I was so for sure that it would never happen for me. Fast forward, carrying the weight, many people that I was, hanging out with, we were on the same page. We like to eat and party, have drinks after work, that kind of thing, constantly adding up more rewards.
Yep. More weight.
After work, pizza after work, beer after work. It's like the whole recipe for unhealthy living. And it just kept going around and around. So I'm
So
doing well in my
how did you make the shift then? What happened that made you make the shift?
so I got, I don't know, it was like I'm sick of this. I kept getting like gift cards and different monetary gifts and things from work for being, doing so well in corporate America. I followed this project plan and we met this and we did that. So we stayed on this timeline and this is how we did it. We had to have this due by this date, this due, and this was the way there was a
Yep.
lot of order.
Yep.
And I said, okay, you're getting all these accolades at work. They're paying you extra money because you're doing so well. Why don't you turn yourself into a project plan? I'm like, you're really good at following
I
plans.
love that.
I said, you need structure. You don't have any structure when it comes. And it was like literally it hit me just like that. I said, you need to see things in your face like how you do at work. You need to see calendars
And have some deadlines.
boards. You have to have.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
That's the stuff that drives me. It makes me happy. It makes me feel great about my day. I feel so organized and accomplished. And I
Yes.
said, you have to do yourself like that. You strive, you do so well with order. So here you go. You find that you eat mostly your bad foods at work. Now you need to start planning your foods to bring to work. This was before the whole meal prep phenomenon came on. I said, I'm going to bring all my breakfast to work for the week. I'll bring all my snacks to work for the week. I'm going to bring, because we had a refrigerator. So why can't I bring a big thing of salad? Why can't I bring 5 bananas? Why can't I bring a container of nuts? Why can't I bring 5 pieces of fish or 5 chicken breasts, for those 5 days of work? I can have my food all day at work with me, and I can eat on time, on schedule, like these project plans that we have to do. I had to keep thinking I'm a job and I have to work it. And my reward is
Good.
me not being sad anymore. I'm not knowing that all the time I'm creating my world. I'm not knowing
Wow.
that I did lose some friendships, because I wasn't the friend that could kick it like that anymore. I
I
wasn't
can't
going to
eat
lunch
what
with
y'all
them.
eating. I can't do what y'all doing because it's an unhealthy pattern for me.
I couldn't control myself around them.
Yeah,
They couldn't figure out why couldn't I just go and order my salad, because I know if
because
I
it's
go with y'all,
hard.
they didn't know, because they were okay. I wasn't. I was tired of not being okay with me. So branching off again, creating my world. That's
Yep.
how it happened. So I had everything lined up and I just started following that plan. I needed to see that I met these dates, these targets that I set. And I had a little pink highlighter. I needed to see my ex. I had to have it. And I
That
saw
is
it every
so good.
day for whatever accomplishment. And so that's how the business name came to be, because I had to separate. And I said, the way that you have to do this, you had to create your world. You had to create the mindset that you wanted to live in. And that's
Right.
how the business name came to be.
So I love that. So tell me now, like, what is your daily routine like now?
Now, every day, so I wake up first thing, pray. Secondly, I try to get to my workout first. I mean,
Okay.
second. I try to get to my workout second. If I don't get to my workout second, it's typically because I've let something from the night before carry over and it's on my mind too tough. And I'm like, I'll get to my workout later. Some days I don't get to my workout, but I try to make sure that I work out at least 3 times a day.
Okay.
So every day starts with prayer. Breakfast is almost always a CYW infused detox water, almost all the time. And with the development of the powders, now I've come up with another kind. It's so amazing. Like I put the powders inside of the detox, different depending on what type of powder it is. It's absolutely delicious, and it has so many components that really get your brain just there. You're just there for,
Wow.
the whole focus thing is there. So my day starts with prayer. It always most times it includes exercise, um, managing my fitness groups, doing my online learning as a gym teacher and nutrition teacher. My whole world is health and wellness. So I just keep my task list going
I
of
love
things
it.
that I need to do, with dates attached to them and times.
I love it because I'm a project plan girl, so I can relate. So, in your opinion, why do you think entrepreneurs need to make health and wellness a priority?
Because it's going to, without it, okay, so okay, this is the best example I can give you. Try it for a week and then don't do it anymore. You'll see the difference. You're going to see the difference in your productivity. You're going to see the difference in your level of focus. You'll see the difference in how patient you are, your level of irritability when certain things that happen every day. If I did not exercise, Gwen, I'd be pretty jacked up, because exercise is like it's medicine for me.
Wow.
And I noticed when I was unhealthy, looking back, everything was a trigger. People could get under my skin like that. I didn't feel good on the inside. So,
Okay.
as an entrepreneur and wearing so many hats, it's imperative that I make sure that I feel good so that I can give you good. If I don't feel good, then I'm forcing myself. Then it's fake. Then it's not authentic. I
Yeah.
can't really feed you and tell you need to do this and do that. And I'm not doing those things. I can't sell it to you if I don't live it, if I don't believe in it. So as an entrepreneur, you need to just know that you need to take care of yourself if you want a good, prosperous business. your brain is literally releasing these happy feelings that just pour over into your work. And then you end up needing like less sleep, you know. It's, I don't know what the whole connection is to it, but it's, there's something that's happening inside the brain that you're getting more energy throughout your body. You just your stamina is like through the roof. But when I don't exercise, I find myself getting tired
And that's
quickly.
so good because you mentioned something about your productivity increasing. And that is so true because I know when I'm being more consistent with exercise, like getting up first thing in the morning, going outside, getting my walk in, having some quiet time, I can tell the difference in that than when I don't do it, when I'm inconsistent. And so,
Yeah.
even as a person who was diagnosed with an illness years ago, taking care of my health, I had to learn was a priority, right? But my body had to teach me how to do that. And so I think for entrepreneurs, just making that a part of your everyday routine, making that a part of your process. I'm a process girl, makes
Hmm.
it make more sense, and you're
Right.
taking care of you. Because the thing about it is, if you're not well and you're not healthy, your business can't run no way.
There are many people that are running their business that they could care less about, eating right or exercising, and they're doing
Absolutely.
very well. So those are the kind of people that they'll come back and be like, well, I'm doing just fine. I eat what I want to eat. I don't like that food. It's
Yeah,
going to be what makes me.
but I wonder how much more productive, I wonder how much better it is
That's why I said
that
do
your
it 1
business
week,
could
then
be
go
if you were
back.
doing it. And here's the thing about that too, though. We can do that for so long. Like we can get away with that for so long, right? Like in our 20s, we could drink, we could party all night and still get up and go to work and perform like
Yes,
nobody's business.
yes,
However, at some point that is going to catch up with you.
absolutely,
So it's
absolutely.
going to affect you. It may not be affecting you right now in this moment, but
Hmm.
at some point it's going to come back to haunt you. And that's a science thing. You know
It
what I mean?
really.
Like that's been proven. So yeah, they might be okay for now, but long term, what is that going to look like?
Hmm.
Because you have a lot of people who didn't take care of themselves and
Right,
they
and
spent
that's the
the
part.
majority of the end of their lives in hospital beds or at home or whatever, having to try and figure out how to take care of themselves. So at
Absolutely.
some point, something is gonna suffer. I'm just saying.
True. And that's one of the hardest parts, to try to get people to be proactive rather than reactive, because
Yeah.
you can only see right now. A lot of people don't like to think about the future. They think
But you
that
have
they're fine. I'm going to be fine, and they just, I promote healthy living in everything I do, even in the school. My kids know all about the importance of immunity, the importance of building your white blood cells. I was drinking some tea this morning, and I was online, and one of my students asked it, "What, Miss D, what is that?" And I told them it was the matcha tea. I think that's how you pronounce it, matcha tea. But anyhow, one of the teachers asked, "How did it taste?" I said, "Well, it tastes like a plain tea, but I'm more concerned with the benefits, that are there. So
that
it has
part.
like a grapefruit flavor." And I'm like, because of the benefits, because I know it's full of antioxidants, because I know it has all these natural disease fighting properties, stuff that can keep cancers away from me, stuff that's going to build my white blood cell
Yeah.
count up so much that anything that's trying to like penetrate my white blood cells are like, don't even try it. You can't get up in here. So I'm looking at stuff because of the benefits. I'm eating it because of the benefits, because I want to be here. Like, I like life. There was a point in time that I didn't like life. I hated it. My children, people, my friends, my family, they're dependent on me. So it's my duty, it's my responsibility to take care of myself and give them the same things, to teach them as I'm learning, and let them know you don't have a spare body. We don't have any spare
That
lungs.
part.
We don't have a spare heart. It's important for you to get cardio in on a regular basis, because your heart is a muscle and you need to exercise it. It's the engine for everything.
That's so
So I'm
good.
drinking that tea, and they're like, "But is it nasty?" I'm like, "I don't know if it's nasty, because I'm drinking it and I'm drinking it
What
fast,
it
because
tastes
I
like
know that
though.
it's good for my liver function. I know I'm not spitting it out like castor oil, but I know that it's making my digestive tract like phenomenal. This is where everything
And
is
they
running
have some
through.
things out there that taste really good. You know, for people who can't get past that, like
Yeah,
healthy eating can be really good. Like there's some good food. Like when I started it, I was like, you can actually eat some really good stuff and still be healthy. So
absolutely.
for people who that's a barrier for, just find you something that tastes good if that's what's important to you. But I love
Yeah,
that you're teaching the kids at an early age because I don't remember us having anything like that when I was in school.
I didn't either. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go back to the high schools, because we didn't have that level of teaching. Our our teachers, they just my high school wasn't one of the teachers weren't reaching for us. I'll just say that they weren't reaching for us in the way that I wanted them to. And so as I was in school and getting this diploma that I had no idea how I got it, it was kind of like given to me. I didn't learn again until I got to college. But I always said I wanted to go back to the schools, and particularly the inner city schools, just to give them that nutrition, give them
Yeah,
what they needed to know about anatomy and physiology. I wanted to make science fun. I wanted to make health fun because health
yeah.
was boring.
It
And
really
once I
like it
once
was
I
so like I'm like I don't even remember what we did in health class.
no, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. I didn't like science. I didn't like any of it. Then when I learned it, I had to learn it on my own for my own health. Like my respect for life went through the roof, and I'm like, oh
Wow.
my
Okay.
god, I know how to teach this and make it fun. I know how to make people attracted to it, but I didn't know that me getting my health together was going to turn into a job. When I started dropping the weight, people were like, what are you doing? How are you losing the weight? What are you doing? So I was going every day, going to work out on my lunch hour, or I was waking up 1 hour early every day because I was a mom. I was in school working full time. So I had all these things. So where's the time? How am I going to work out? If I didn't wake up that hour early, which killed me lots of times every day, I would make sure that I took my workout clothes with me to work and I worked out on my lunch hour. The level of discipline that it took to lose this weight,
I can only imagine.
after doing that, that made me know I can do anything. All I have to do is apply that same formula to everything in my life, plan it out, stick to it, even in tears. Because if you're not dying, you need to be showing up,
That's
and
so
that was how I had to keep feeding. I'm like, cry if you have to, but make sure you get your pink X. So that's what I had to keep telling me. I had to get my pink X every time. So people were asking me, how did you do it? I started training them for free. I was so excited. I just wanted to give it away. And
like,
now I know,
oh,
now
it is
I have files on folks. I'm like, wait a minute. This is a whole business.
amazing. It
And
really
that's how
is.
I turned it into a business, and it has evolved into so many things.
I love it. So, what are some simple steps? Because everybody ain't there yet. So, what are
Right.
some simple steps people can take to start the process of becoming healthier?
You're right. It's not simple. It's not easy. It took me years to develop the routine that I have and the level of discipline that I have. So don't think that it's something that it could come overnight for you. It could, because just like the decision that I made that I'm going to turn myself into a project plan, that decision let that pop just like that. And that's when you have to find what works for you. So if you don't like the structured activity of working out, do something that's fun to you. Walk, go walking. Have some hand weights in your hands. Do some overhead presses with the weights. Jog. Tennis. Whatever that sport is, jumping rope, something that's fun to you. I like more structured activities when it comes to workout. I like to get my workout done and be done. But you have to accept that there's a problem, and you have to identify what areas, like where are these pockets of time, because oftentimes that's what people complain about. They say, I don't have time to exercise. By the time I get home from work, I'm too tired to work
Tired.
out,
I
or
got
my
this.
family doesn't eat the same thing. I
Yeah.
don't want to have to be eating separate from all these excuses. When I tell you, the way that I eliminated every one of my excuses was to wake up 1 hour early every day. I was the only person dying a slow death, but I didn't know that I was winning. I was like, really, I had to do it because my kids were going to be up. It's time to get ready for school, time to get ready for work. So where can I find the time? 1 hour early every morning before the house wakes up. I'm doing me. I'm getting my prayer in, I'm getting my workout in, I get my everything ready for work. Now I can do them. You have to learn how to put yourself first. That's the
Yeah.
only way to do it. Because if you try to fit it in a routine that's already busy, you're going to struggle and it's going to stress you out even more. And you're going to be right back in the pizza line.
I love it. That is amazing. Fannie, it has been a joy talking to you. I'm so glad you said yes when I reached out. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. Beautiful people, thank you so much for joining us. I trust that you have been inspired by Fannie's journey and will think about how to incorporate health and wellness into your life so that you can continue to accomplish your goals and thrive in your business and your life. I would love it if you would hit the like button, share it with anybody else that you think might enjoy it, and be sure to leave us a comment. Tell me what your key takeaway is. If you have any questions or tips or experiences you would like to share, drop them in the comments and tell us. And if there's questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Your Admin Expert, and subscribe to the email list on my website, yourvirtualadminexpert.com, for even more tips, tools, and strategies. Fannie, tell the beautiful people how they can connect with you.
You can connect with me. You can find me at createyourworld.org, or you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Create Your World LLC. And my email address is Fannie at createyourworld.org.
I love it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next week for another segment of Leading Behind the Scenes. Mwah. Good night.